Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Tuesday, January 20th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County Commissioners today approved contracts to handle emergency management situations with cities inside its borders. Housing projects in Wenatchee, Chelan, and Winthrop will each receive a piece of $54.5 million in grant money from the Washington State Department of Commerce. The sun returned today, and we have more on the way for Wednesday. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. Grant County Sheriff's deputies say they've apprehended an international scam artist who allegedly defrauded a local man out of more than $100,000. 36-year-old Damian Omar McDonald of Jamaica was arrested Sunday in a sting operation after flying into the country 2 days earlier. Deputies say over the last 3 months, McDonald coaxed the 87-year-old victim to send him the money through cash exchanges, money transfers, and gift cards. He allegedly arrived in Grant County after convincing the victim to personally give him another $64,000 in cash. The victim cooperated with police, who staked out the handoff at the intersection of Highway 26 and Beverly Burke Road outside Royal City. McDonald allegedly arrived in a rideshare SUV and accepted the money, at which point deputies made the arrest. He's now held in the Grant County Jail, charged with possessing stolen property and first-degree theft from a vulnerable adult. Chelan County Commissioners today approved contracts to handle emergency management situations within cities inside its borders. The cities of Wenatchee, Cashmere, Chelan, Eniat, and Leavenworth strike agreements with the County Sheriff's Emergency Management Office to act as their coordinating agency in the event of disasters like wildfires, floods, or damaging storms. Under the contracts approved today, Cashmere will pay the county just under $14,000 for a one-year agreement. The city of Wenatchee will pay $144,000 for 2026. Communities are required by law to designate an emergency management specialist. The sheriff's office estimates it costs about $700,000 a year to provide emergency coordination services to incorporated areas of the county. An annual survey to determine the need for homeless housing services will be conducted next week by Chelan County and community partners. The point-in-time count has been administered by the county for the past 5 years and gathers information from people experiencing homelessness. Surveyors collect information on living conditions, where people sleep, where they're from, and whether or not they'd been denied access to a shelter or would go to a shelter if available. In 2025, 104 people were interviewed, which included 88 individuals who considered themselves chronically homeless and 46 people who were unsheltered for the first time. This year's count will be conducted at the Salvation Army Social Services Office on Columbia Street in Wenatchee next Thursday, and staff from nonprofit organizations will be mobilized around both Chelan and Douglas counties. Wenatchee Valley residents joined together for yet another public demonstration Monday in Memorial Park. The Free America rally coincided with the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday and brought together more than 100 demonstrators and a few inflatable costumes in the downtown Wenatchee Plaza. The rally expressed opposition to the Trump administration's domestic and foreign policy and support for social programs like Medicare for All. Similar actions were scheduled this week for Leavenworth and Cashmere residents. The event also acted as a canned food drive to collect donations for local food banks. When we come back, Okanogan County Sheriff's deputies say they had to shoot and kill a dog that emerged from a suspect's care and attacked them Monday. And if you're in the vicinity of Moses Lake tomorrow, you may hear some fairly sizable booms in the afternoon. You can probably blame a local aerospace company. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Okanogan County Sheriff's deputies say they had to shoot and kill a dog that emerged from a suspect's care and attacked them on Monday. Sheriff Paul Boudreau says his officers were called just before 1 p.m. to an armed robbery at a roadside store in the rural Wenatchee Valley, where the suspect pointed a firearm at the store owner. When deputies found the vehicle westbound on Highway 20, the driver allegedly refused to stop until reaching Havilah Road outside Tonasket. There, his large dog allegedly lunged for the deputies, who opened fire. The suspect, Stephen E. Seymour, was booked into the Okanogan County Jail on suspicion of robbery and fleeing police. Housing projects in Wenatchee, Chelan, and Winthrop will each receive a piece of $54.5 million in grant money from the Washington State Department of Commerce, meant to help create more than 4,500 affordable housing units statewide. The awards come from the Connecting Housing to Infrastructure program, or CHIP, which helps fund utility connections to affordable housing. The city of Wenatchee received $1.2 million for apartments on Easy Street and $525,000 for apartments on Okanogan Avenue. The city of Chelan was awarded $1.3 million for the Chelan River Heights housing project on Anderson Road. Meanwhile, in Winthrop, 2 community land trust projects received funding, with $593,000 for the Heckendorn neighborhood and $1.1 million for the Larkspur neighborhood. Both of those properties are managed by the Methow Housing Trust. Well, if you're in the vicinity of Moses Lake tomorrow and you hear some fairly sizable booms in the afternoon, you can probably blame a local aerospace company. Stoke Space, a space vehicle manufacturer that designs and tests new boosters and landers just northwest of Grant County International Airport, will conduct a controlled detonation of rockets on Wednesday from noon to 8 p.m. The company warns that the detonations may be heard and felt across the Moses Lake area. Stoke Space is the innovator behind the Hopper, a reusable second-stage rocket designed to lift a payload into orbit and then gently return to Earth for refueling and subsequent flights. The company announced last year it had raised $510 million in funding from private tech investors. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, 2 local downtown business owners talk about the future of downtown Wenatchee and what it takes to keep it flourishing. Get ready for a dry, quiet weather pattern for the next several days. I'll have your local weather details coming up, followed by Eric Granstrom with all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
As the calendars changed with the new year, so too did the chairmanship of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. The WDA is a local nonprofit with the mission to preserve, strengthen, and enrich historic downtown Wenatchee. In tonight's feature story, outgoing board chair Josh Tarr, owner of American Shoe Shop, and incoming chair Josh Tout, owner of Norwood Wine Bar, sat down at Norwood to ask each other questions provided by our staff about the future of downtown and what it really takes to keep a city's heart beating.
Hi, I'm Josh Tarr, owner of American Shoe Shop and past chair of the Wenatchee Downtown Association.
I'm Josh Tout. I'm the owner of Norwood Wine Bar, and I am the incoming board chair of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. We're the bearded, bald, bespectacled Joshes of downtown Wenatchee. What is the Wenatchee Downtown Association, and what is its mission? I saved this one.
Our mission, to prove that I know our mission statement because I've written it and rewritten it so many times, is to preserve, enrich, and is to strengthen, enrich, and preserve historic downtown Wenatchee for all. And that means an awful lot of things to an awful lot of people. The Wenatchee Downtown Association is a group of people who really love this place and want it to succeed and want it to continue to be this oasis of small business that is unique to this very place. How well is the Wenatchee Downtown Association currently fulfilling the role for residents, visitors, and businesses?
It's a work in progress. We're happy with where we are at the moment right now, and we've gone through a big period of transition, right, over the last several years. A huge transition of leadership over the last 3 years, and that's really with Rosa taking over as the executive director of the Downtown Association, and feel like we've really gotten our feet underneath us at this point, and we're really kind of figuring out through a time of huge transition in downtown Wenatchee what we need to be for this changing climate for the businesses and the residents and the visitors to downtown Wenatchee. It is with all of the construction projects that are going on right now, with all of the different new businesses that are coming into downtown, I think the challenge is like being nimble and being able to adjust and figure out what we do need to be for each of these people at this time, because it's kind of an unprecedented time.
The goalpost keeps moving
It sure
and changing
does.
shape
Yeah.
all the time.
And sometimes it's not even a goalpost. Yeah, exactly.
Completely.
So, how does the WDA approach balancing business vitality with preservations of its historic character?
I think that is exactly the horse that we are on. We are the people who are continually repairing and fixing that foundation for that to be a successful place. There's nowhere else in town you're going to find stuff like this. It's the kind of environment that I want to be surrounded with, and I think it shows in our community as well. So not so much a balancing act, but it is I think the balance comes from us helping to set and strengthen that foundation.
And we just having a conversation right before this about this building itself, the Morris building, and the great job that Mike Salmon has done. And I think that perfectly exemplifies that balance, if it is that, where this is, I believe, the oldest in-use building in Wenatchee. If not, it's the second, 1894. And he has done a great job, they have done a great job of maintaining its historic character while still updating it. It feels modern, it's very nice building. You never feel like you're in this old drafty building. You have new businesses coming in all the time. This building, to me, I feel super lucky to be able to be in this building, but it is a perfect example of what that is all about, where it's maintaining and preserving and respecting the heritage of it, but also pushing it forward into like what makes sense for the modern downtown.
Where could collaboration among business owners, property owners, nonprofits, and city stakeholders be deepened?
From a business owner perspective, I've always, it's part of the reason why this business exists, is I've always viewed it as, it's like a rising tide situation, right? Like the more that we can create this hub of activity and of liveliness and of the more reasons that we want to draw people to downtown, it just creates, you create more customers and more community members that want to spend their time in downtown. They might come down here because I'm doing something with Armor Wines. They never really come downtown, but they know them from their tasting room. So now they come down here, and now maybe they see Firehouse. Everyone knows Firehouse is there, but they see Pickle Paper. Everyone knows Pickle Papers. They see a new business that they didn't know was downtown before, right? And I think that that's the approach I've always taken as a business owner down here. It's core to my philosophy as a business owner in a downtown area, and I think that that's true for the organization as well. I think that's the more connections that we can make, the more knots that we can tie, the more interwoven we become. You just cast a wider net, right? And I think that you have more opportunity to draw people down here. With an estimated 530 small businesses and over 5,000 workers supported downtown, how resilient is this employment ecosystem?
It's tricky, and creating an environment that people want to be in is key. But also, it takes the leadership in this community to make decisions at a much higher level than we are making decisions, although we bring a lot of that and we feel really heard by those people. And I don't mean to pass the buck off onto that, but it's our responsibility to show how important this place is to those that make the major decisions to help keep this a vibrant business community.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. Hey, the sun returned. We talked yesterday that was a possibility early into our afternoon, and it actually cleared out a little bit this morning, and we saw some sun, and it made for a great shot of the Wenatchee Valley around the Monitor area. And we just did see some wispy clouds out there, but lots of blue sky. And boy, that sunshine after 6 days straight of that low cloud deck was really nice. And our weather really isn't going to change much throughout this week and into the upcoming weekend. A mix of clouds and sun both Wednesday and Thursday. Lots of sun on Friday, and then back to the cloud sun mix as we get you into the weekend. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay between about 35 and 40 degrees for about the next 5 to 7 days. So very, very quiet January. High temperature today, 37 degrees unofficially. 34 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record high, 49 degrees, and that was set in 1994. We were at 30 this morning. 24 is our normal low, and 1 below zero, our record low set in 1962. Sun came up at 7:40 this morning and set this afternoon at 4:43. I'll write your Wednesday temperatures, and they will be about like today. In fact, a lot of 37s on the map. Moses Lake to Ephrata, Quincy, Wenatchee, into Aniat and Chelan, all the way up into Omak. All of us in the lower elevations, about 37 degrees. And then in the upper elevations, 36 for both Cashmere and Leavenworth, 34 the high temperature tomorrow in Lake Wenatchee. Tonight, we expect mostly clear skies. Big ridge of high pressure up and over all of the western United States. With those clear skies, though, it's going to get a little chilly. Low temperatures tonight into the mid-20s, and you can see that cold air is sinking down all the way into southern New Mexico and into Texas. For Wednesday, mostly sunny skies and just calm as high pressure strengthens out in the Pacific. We will see high temperatures on Wednesday, a lot like today, in the mid to upper 30s, maybe more towards the upper 30s tomorrow afternoon. For Thursday, more clouds roll in, and they're rolling up and over our top of our ridge and into Washington State. Not much to worry about. out. High temperatures in the mid to upper 30s by Thursday afternoon. And then to end our work week on Friday, boy, is it going to be nice. As our quiet weather continues, high pressure still out in the Pacific, we will see high temperatures Friday right near 40 degrees. And boy, it will be nice all over the western United States and the West Coast down into California. For Saturday, as we get you into the upcoming weekend, just partly cloudy skies. I think most of the clouds will be in western Washington, just slightly cooler, mid to upper 30s for highs on Saturday. By the time you get into the end of the weekend on Sunday, mostly sunny and just quiet all over the western U.S. We're looking at seasonal high temperatures. You can see our airflow coming down from the northwest, so that'll get us back down into the mid 30s, which is about where we should be for this time of year. And then by the end of our forecast on Monday, same forecast, just a few more clouds Monday afternoon, although we will warm up a little bit. Notice the airflow back to a southwesterly flow, and we'll see highs Monday right around 40 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 25 overnight tonight with those clear skies, mostly sunny for Wednesday and 37, mostly cloudy Thursday, and we're going to stay at about 37 degrees before we warm up with lots of sunshine on Friday. High temperature then near 40 degrees, and then partly cloudy to mostly sunny Saturday through Monday with high temperatures generally 35 to 40 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The winter prep sports season is here, and NCWLIFE channel has you covered. Follow the Eastmont Wildcats and Wenatchee Panthers right here. Coverage brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Follow the action all winter long on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. And a good Tuesday to you. It turns out that the Seahawks' lopsided win over San Francisco Saturday was a costly one. Running back Zach Charbonnet was lost for the season with a torn ACL. Coach Mike McDonald says they're sick about it.
Yeah, it's really, it's just pretty sure it's ACL. You know, maybe we're figuring out what kind of the extent of the injury is, and we'll, get all the details on when he's going to get it fixed and all that. But you just feel for the guy, for the person. Just this guy's just a absolute stud. So, but he's around and he's in good spirits, and we got his back.
Seahawks and Rams will tee it up for the NFC Championship Sunday at 3:30. That will be on Fox. Indiana has won a college football national championship for the first time in school history. Hoosiers held on to beat Miami 27-21 as Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza was named the offensive MVP. He didn't throw a touchdown, but his 12-yard TD run on 4th and 4 with 9:18 left of the game gave Indiana a 24-14 lead. They would never look back. Hoosiers become the first 16-win undefeated team since Yale in 1894. Well, the Kraken returned from a 5-game road trip Monday for a matinee game against Pittsburgh. Things didn't go so well as the Penguins built an early lead, went on for a 6-3 win.
Winterton, long stretch pass, has him in. Cloverton walks in, shoots, save made by Skinner as he walked in all alone. Chinakhov on the boards, dumped down low. Kindle plays it behind the net. 18 years old. Wotherspoon, his shot, score! Wotherspoon from the blue line. Parker Wotherspoon, a shot that found the top corner through some traffic in a power play goal. It's 1-0. Seattle on the power play 9th in the NHL. 23%, a little worse at home. Number 12, and now the puck is stolen, and back the other way comes Connor Dewar. Dewar breakaway, short-handed score! Kulak let that one go, slapped down in front. Ryan Lindgren for Seattle. Off the skate of Myers, he'll turn and send it in. Off the wall, handled by Stuart Skinner. 4-1 his last 5 games. Here's Myers in front, score! Ben Myers got it! 2-1. Seattle's on the board. Myers will get to it, captain for Seattle. Dished it over now to Riker Evans. In front, opportunity. Here's a second chance, they score! We're tied at 2. Like the MySpace. Or space, whatever you call it. Oh my goodness, they score from the blue line. A shot by Kulak. Wrist shot. The court didn't move, so he must have been screened, and it's a 3-2 hockey game. Pittsburgh with the lead back. Kako swings it over. Clifton now will retrieve behind his net. Pressure by Shane Wright, got by that easily and gets it ahead now. Mantha, center ice, lumbers ahead, dropped it off, wrist shot, score! Brazeau got it. It's a 2-goal game again, 4-2 Pittsburgh.
Not even an opportunity for the rebound.
On tour with a shot, ripped it wide. Kako trying to get to the front of the net and get a piece of that one. Benham on tour again. One-timer, score! Ellie Tolvanen, got it! Traffic in front, power play goal for Seattle, right back in, and it's a 1-goal game. Rust will clear. Raquel gets by Dunn, plays it inside the Seattle zone. Dunn bumps his man behind the net, but is taken back away by Crosby, and it rolls into the net, and they score!
What a pass by Crosby. What a play from below the goal line.
Matty Beniers in the corner now for Seattle. Plays it behind the goal to Eberle off his stick. Bouncing puck to the corner, and here's an empty net, and Dewar is going to get his second goal of the night. Winterden behind the net. He had a multi-point game for Seattle. And the losing effort as Gaudreau carries in, and that'll do it. Final score, Pittsburgh 6, Seattle 3.
Seattle's back on home ice tomorrow night at 6:30 against the New York Islanders. The game will be televised nationally on TNT and True TV. The Prep Curls bowling season's down to the final week with matches that were being held right now, as a matter of fact. Eastmont trying to maintain its league lead with a match against Davis. That's at Eastmont Lanes. Wenatchee on the road to Minda Lanes to face Sealam. Moses Lake at home at Lake Bowl against Sunnyside. We'll have results for you coming up tomorrow. Prep Girls basketball scheduled today includes 9 contests across north central Washington. Cashmere is hosting Cle Elum while Liberty Bell visits Cascade. The rest of the game start at 6 with Ephrata at Okanogan. Brewster hosts Chelan. Manson visits Lake Roosevelt. Tonasket hosts Bridgeport. Pateros visits Entiat. LaSalle plays at Moses Lake Christian. And Soap Lake visits Highland. The boys' schedule finds Cle Elum at Cashmere at 7:15. While Cascade hosts Liberty Bell, Okanogan welcomes Ephrata at 7:30. While Chelan's at Brewster. Lake Roosevelt hosts Manson. Bridgeport travels to Tonasket. Moses Lake Christian takes on LaSalle. Garden City Academy plays at Waterville Mansfield. Entiat entertains Pateros, and Highland welcomes Soap Lake. NCWLIFE channel will be out at Wenatchee High School Friday for a Big 9 doubleheader. The Davis Pirates come calling. I'll be courtside with your play-by-play. The girls game at 5:30. The boys will follow at 7 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, the Wenatchee Wild have 2 home games this weekend of Western Hockey League action that will play first on Friday with the Kamloops Blazers in town. Tri-City on Saturday at the Town Toyota Center. Austin Droughty was in with Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning. He said that if you want to see some good young talent, be sure to be there on Friday.
Yeah, I think both games this weekend, but starting with the Blazers, you'll get a chance to see some of the best rookies in the Western Hockey League. You look at what Kamloops brings with J.P. Hurlbert. He's right up there battling Cameron Schmidt, who we saw on Sunday for Seattle for the league scoring lead, and it's his first year in the league. So Kamloops brings, I think, one of the best forward lines in the league to the game on Friday night, and Logan Edmonstone threw that 26-save shutout on us on Saturday. So Kamloops has got a good team, especially at the top end, and Kamloops is a team that they're trying to find some traction, maybe get up into that battle with Tri-City for home ice in the Western Conference right now, going to the first round of the playoffs here in a couple months.
The Wild and Blazers drop the puck Friday night at 7 o'clock. Tri-City and Wenatchee play at the TTC Saturday at 6. For tickets, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for this Tuesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.